Hi, everyone. My name is Claire Mulqueen. For those of you that don't know me, I am a leader and a distributor here in Essante Organics. And I'm so excited to be here at an amazing time in this company's history. We have a product that has really become the talk of the town, to say the least. It's phenomenal. I was one of the first beta testers, as many of you who are on this call already know, and my results are plastered everywhere right now, all over social media. But I am so grateful. I'm 64 years old. My face has changed. The inflammation is down. I was actually talking to an eye surgeon about getting I have like those real puffy eyelids, and they were impeding my sight. So I talked to them, and we were going to have to go for surgery. And then that was about 6 months ago. And then I gave this a try, and now they're not as puffy and they're not impeding my eyesight. So that, coupled with my skin, feels amazing. And I was never one to take care of my skin. The lines underneath my eyes, all that like wrinkly stuff is gone. I have a scar on my face that looks better. I have these marionette lines, those are looking better. The jowls under here are looking better. I mean, this is just the best skincare that I've ever tried. And I used the old Z3. The old Z3 was great. It got rid of my rosacea, but this, phenomenal, phenomenal. I'm going to ask a few people to unmute. First, I'm going to start with Connie, because she's had some great results as well. And I'd like to hear what she has to say. Can you unmute, Connie? Oh, I can't hear you. I'm going to ask you again.
Here we go.
There
I'm
you
unmuted.
go. Hi.
So I took care of my skin my whole life. I have a grandma who's 103. I've actually used it on her. But the thing that I noticed was my under eye. I really had a lot of dark under eye circles. And I know it's hard to see here. And of course, you don't save pictures of when you look really bad. But I can tell in terms of wrinkles and just in general, I have always taken care of my skin. But I can even tell it's not a major difference. But I can seriously tell that this is better through my under eye, right? Wrinkles in here, and it just feels good. And I was looking for just a good skincare regimen. This is it.
Oh, thank you so much. I mean, you look amazing. You really do. We're all looking at each other now. We're like, wow, you didn't look that way before. Hey, Stevie, I'm going to ask you to unmute as well. Thank you so much, Connie.
You're welcome.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stevie Sullivan. I'm famous now because I'm that neck picture in the promotion for this skincare, and it truly is phenomenal. That picture you see is 21 days of use of the product, very committed twice a day, and a little extra here and there if I felt like I had problem areas. And the change has been phenomenal, but it's not just been my neck. Now I've been on this for about 67 days. And what's happening is my skin is firming up, my face is pulling up, I've lost the jowls in here. It's continuing to change. It's amazing. I had this extra skin that a lot of people get over their eyes. I was scheduled for eye surgery, and I know Claire was too. I don't know if she brought that up today, but I was scheduled for that. I went for the pre-op appointment, and the doctor said, Stevie, you don't need this anymore. What are you doing? So calisthenics with my eyelids. It's a phenomenal product. I'll never be without it again. Thanks, you guys, for creating this. Just stellar.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So with that, I am going to bring on Dr. JJ Levine, who has had his own successful wellness practice for over 30 years. And then he joined Essante Organics, and he is the president of Essante Organics. Now, I call JJ and ask him all the time questions, if I have concerns. He is one of the kindest, most accommodating people, and he truly is someone that I trust completely. So JJ, can you unmute yourself and welcome?
Well, thank you. That was a very kind introduction, Claire. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And thanks for inviting me to this webinar. And I want to thank each and every one of you that have been not only sharing your testimonials and pre and post pictures online, but here today as well. I believe we heard at least 2 people that have avoided surgery around their eyes, which is absolutely incredible, but not surprising in the least, because these 3 products are incredible. So we've got our hands on them. I hope you've got your hands on them, everybody. If you haven't, you're definitely going to want to get it. All right. So we're obviously very serious about your success. Everybody here at the corporate headquarters is. And we're not only concerned and serious about your success to attain a healthier and a better looking youthful you, but we're also very concerned and open to helping you with your financial success as well. We're going to touch on that a little bit through this presentation, but of course I know you're here for the Z3 product. Now let's talk about Z3. We're going to talk about how it works and how the ladies that have shared their testimonials today, as well as the gentlemen, ladies online, are getting this great success. We're literally witnessing skin rejuvenation, and most importantly, that will not revert. So let's discuss what makes the Z3 de-aging trio so special and unique. I would be remiss if I didn't mention this, because I've had a couple of people already bring this up. We are the only ones that have this patented, trademark, clinically tested and proven products containing our special ingredient, Oxy 28. I want you to know no one else has it. No one ever will. It's ours and ours alone. And the best part, like all of the products that you see in the catalog here at Essanté, is it's toxic free. So I hope you're getting the point here. If you've ever wanted to be at the right place at the right time, that's now. It's never going to get better than this. Now, if you already have an established Essante Organics website, then all you need to do is let people know that you're open for business and what we have to offer. If this is your first exposure, you're going to want to quickly get back with the person who invited you here so they can get you positioned for this fast-growing opportunity. My wife and your chief marketing officer, Angie Levine, produced a short video this week. Now, it might have been that short video that piqued your interest regarding this product. Maybe it was that video that brought you here today. This video is unbranded and creates curiosity as well as conversations. And it's been nutty here at Essante Organics. Mr. Weniger will tell you that, our whole crew here will tell you that. And the amount of people that are purchasing the Go Green packs number 919, 511, as well as the Z3 trio is directly because you're sharing this video on your social media. So thank you, everybody. Thank you. In fact, Mr. Weniger, I think, just saw 3 people with me just maybe 15, 20 minutes before this presentation that ordered the Z3 trio, like within minutes. It's going very, very rapidly. Now, it's easy to share this video that I spoke about on Facebook and Instagram. And what's crazy is when you do that, the conversations just organically start happening. Please remember to get back with the person who shared this webinar with you to discuss the best way to utilize that tool, as well as everything else we have to offer to create curiosity, conversations, new customers, and new distributors. Our company, as well as our talented field, loves creating tools, which makes it simple to share the message. I think you all are witnessing that. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty, because I know that's why you're here. Z3 with Oxy 28 is for men and women who want to look younger in 60 seconds. You're seeing the proof on the pictures and the videos. And please note, kids are getting great results with this as well. We've recently added another special ingredient, which I'm going to talk about a little later, but suffice it to say it's red algae, and it literally has the strongest antioxidant in the world, astaxanthin. We're seeing improved, better than ever results. As Claire shared with you, she was getting great results with our previous incarnation of Z3, but even we've taken it another 2, 3, 50 levels now. And remember, this skin rejuvenation that you're witnessing will not revert. The product is certified toxic-free, as you would expect from Essante Organics, and it's pH balanced, as you would expect from Essante Organic. We're the leaders in pH alkalizing and balancing. It's made, of course, of botanical stem cell technology that's guaranteed to work instantly and, even more importantly, cumulatively. It's going to improve your dermis, your epidermis, and it's going to support cellular oxygenation, which is very critical in keeping that youthful appearance for your skin. The Z3 biomimetic tripeptide is a botanical stem cell ingredient in all three of these products. And when I say tripeptide, I know these are big words, but you just have to break it down for yourself and for me. Tri literally means three. There are three peptides in Z3. So you think about the word triathlon. If you're a triathlete, you know someone who's a triathlete, there are three events in that triathlon. You think about a triangle, there's three sides in a triangle. So tripeptide literally means we have three special peptides, which I will elaborate on in just a bit. Now, unlike other companies, this is very critical too. This definitely is a differentiating factor for us. Unlike other companies, if we're going to brag about an ingredient, in this case, I'm bragging on a couple of them here tonight, I want you to know we're not just sprinkling them in the products. We're not fairy dusting. That's what the industry calls it, fairy dusting. We have these ingredients in this product at the clinical dosage. So when I say clinical dosage, what I'm talking about is our research is showing 175% increase in collagen synthesis. I could literally stop the presentation right now. Think about just that. 175% increase in collagen synthesis alone. And that's what this product did. That would be awesome, but it does so much more than that. Our studies are showing a 98% effective and immediate long-term permanent results. And a bit later in this presentation, I'll share how this ingredient educates the cells of your body to regenerate healthy, more youthful skin cells. We're also seeing a 92% immediate increase in lifted, firmer, hydrated, as well as smoother skin due to the increases in elastin that I just spoke about. People are showing decreases in under eye dark circles. We just got a great testimonial a little while ago about that. Puffiness, drooping skin, dark spots, all the spots we all hate. It's all being helped with this product. But most importantly, if I'm going to boil it all down, I want to talk to you about this. This product has a solution for progerin. Progerin is the main cause of wrinkles and aging in the skin. So the question is, what is progerin? Progerin is a protein and one of the biomarkers which is used in studies on natural aging. You talk to somebody in the world of science and medicine and they're studying aging and anti-aging and slowing the aging process, they know what progerin is. This protein is expressed as a mutant form of the LMNA gene. Now, I don't want to get too technical, but the LMNA gene provides instructions for making several slightly different proteins, which are simply called lamins. And the two major proteins produced from this gene, lamin A and lamin C, are made in most of the body's cells. And apropos to this conversation, of course, the skin cells. These proteins are made up of nearly an identical sequence of protein building blocks, which are amino acids. And because of that, progerin causes many defects in the area of the nuclear envelope. So we're getting down deep now, scientifically, what's going on. The nuclear envelope controls and regulates the activities of the cells of the body. So for example, growth, metabolism, so on and so forth. And it carries the genes, which are the structures that contain hereditary information. When progerin and other stresses overwhelm the cells, this will influence a level of reactive oxygen species and antioxidant enzymes. So in other words, just to boil it all down to the least common denominator, progerin stresses and ages your cells. Progerin is the enemy. So the question I often get is, does progerin increase with age? And the short and sad answer is yes. Progerin is a shortened toxic form of a healthy protein which accumulates with age and is exacerbated by those with the condition progeria. Progeria results from an overproduction of the protein progerin. Now, many of you, if you were watching those talk shows back in the 90s, I saw those, a few of those, we unfortunately saw those kids afflicted with progeria. And these children literally have the skin and an appearance of people that are 100+ years old. So let's talk about the next $1 million question, which I know many of you are interested in. The question is, can you truly reverse or stop aging? Is it possible? I'm about to share a couple of mechanisms. You're going to want to write this down that can take place in aging. And then, most importantly, this is really what you're going to want to mark down, how we can stop and even reverse the effects of aging. That's what we're all interested in. We're going to discuss how Z3 becomes literally a barrier between the progerin aging protein and your DNA. You can improve your wellness and appearance by blocking that deep aging protein, progerin. That's why many of you have joined me here today. And quite honestly, this launch is out of control growth. It's great. It's phenomenal. So very shortly, you're going to see how Oxy-28 is an awesome ingredient, which again, we're the only ones who have it, and it's going to help you improve the aging process. So let's talk about what happens during aging. The protein progerin causes cellular senescence. There's another big word there, but ultimately cellular senescence occurs in response to various cellular stressors, things that stress our cells, DNA damage, oxidative stress, telomere erosion. I'm not going to try to go down a rabbit hole here, but just real quickly, telomere erosion occurs and the telomere shortens and it can't replicate healthy cells any longer. That's one of the keys that you've got to dial into. Our DNA gets to a point that it can't produce healthy, youthful cells anymore. So in a bit, you're going to hear how quickly your skin cells are replacing. Even if you're not using this product, even if you're not healthy, your skin cells are constantly replacing. But now you're going to have to start asking the question, are my skin cells being replaced with healthier, more youthful cells, the same condition cells, or even worse? When this happens, when this telomere erosion occurs, this process accelerates the signs of the aging process. So how can we mitigate the effects of progerin? That's the enemy. Well, here's 4 steps. Write these down. Number 1, choose your grandparents wisely, right? Well, obviously you can't do that, but Connie was talking about, she shared that she has a 100-plus-year-old grandmother and she's always taken care of her skin. And some of us have been blessed with great genetics. Well, we can't choose our grandparents. If you've got healthy grandparents that live to a ripe old age and they look healthy and they're healthy all the way through and their life is like a candle in the wind, as Elton John would say, well, then you're very, very lucky if you have that candle burning to 100 years old as a centurion. But I am going to share 3 other steps that you can choose to help you live a healthier and have a more youthful appearance during and through your life. Second thing that you can do, really the first thing that you can do, is decrease stress. You've heard it before, but it's wonderful if you pray, you meditate, you laugh, and simply just get out there and enjoy your life. Now, even though this is a skin webinar and a youthful appearance webinar, I have to say that, look, if you've got money stress, I recommend fixing that now versus later. The longer you wait to accumulate residual income, which we offer, the harder financial stress can be to overcome. Money stress definitely ages people. Just you being here on this webinar is an important step for you to remedy your financial stress. We're growing rapidly, and if your desire is to not only improve your appearance and wellness, but to also earn extra money, then we want you to know that we're going to pay you very well for your referrals. Please remember to quickly get back to the person who invited you here to ask them how you can earn a great residual income that'll last your lifetime and even beyond, just for sharing what you're learning. Third thing that you can do, very important, and I've been saying this for years before I even knew the words Essante Organics. I'm going to implore you, I'm going to beg you, plead with you, consume antioxidants in your mouth, but also on your skin every single day. By doing just those 2 things, you're going to decrease the ravaging effects of oxidation and premature aging. We must protect our DNA. It's the only DNA we have. We can do this with diet, and therefore I suggest eating low on the food chain, green leafy vegetables, color fruits, and if you want extra credit, even better, organic superfruits. This is a very primary reason that a core to your nutrition program, your supplementation program, should be every day consuming organic super reds and organic earth greens. Doing those two things is an incredible foundation to your nutritional regime. Now, lastly, here's number 4. Please incorporate the Z3 Trio as part of your daily skin regimen. Please allow me to explain how this 4th step can change your appearance so rapidly, and also how we're seeing all these wonderful pre and post pictures, as well as these beautiful people on live video. The Z3 biomimetic tripeptide, which we have patented as Oxy-28, is a triple botanical stem cell ingredient, and it's found in all 3 of these products, which you can get right now. Now, let's break this down. I said biomimetic. That's a crazy long word in science and medicine and Latin. They like to take simple words and they like to put Latin on it and make it more difficult for people to understand. But mimetic and biomimetic, mimetic simply means just to mimic or copy. So when a painter paints the sunrise, they're mimicking God's work, nature in their artwork. That's all they're doing. Oxy-28, though that ingredient is a bioidentical, meaning it's going to work perfectly within your body, biomimetic tripeptides. By the way, a peptide, I don't think I shared that earlier, is a molecule that contains 2 or more amino acids, which are the molecules that join together to form proteins. So Oxy-28 from plants is mimicking amino acids in your body. It's literally plant therapy. So when you talk about people or you hear people talking about plant therapy, this is it. And it's in the best shape and form because, again, we're toxic free and we're at the clinical dosage. So it seems obvious, but I should say that you're placing these products on your skin. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention this. Anything that goes on your skin is going to be in your bloodstream as quickly in 26 seconds. And I remember the first time I heard that, I was shocked. And if you're taking a shower or a bath or you've used warm water on your skin, your pores are wide open and those ingredients are getting into your bloodstream even more rapidly. And it's for this reason, you can guarantee and be rest assured for you and your family and your loved ones that everything we do here at Essante Organics, everything in our catalog, 100+ products and many more coming, is toxic free. So instead of having toxic ingredients like the other companies, we have organic ingredients designed to nourish your body, combat oxidative stress, and in this case, with these 3 products, block the negative implications of progerin. And that's a round of applause just for that right there, because that's why we're getting these great results. Now, when you apply our Z3 biomimetic tripeptides, it can help your DNA in 3 ways. And I've seen our CEO and founder, Michael Weniger, explain it in this way, and I love that. I want you to imagine a strand of DNA. We'll pretend my arm is that strand of DNA, but if you go back to high school chemistry, it was that double helix strand that they said Watson and Crick discovered, invented, so on and so forth, but we are our DNA. So one of the 3 peptides, remember these are 3 peptides, one of the 3 peptides blocks the progerin from entering your DNA. It makes a barrier or a force field around your DNA. So as you continue to use the product daily, you're maintaining that barrier from progerin and oxidative stresses so they can't cause further damage. Without this barrier, progerin is like a Pac-Man. I've heard Mr. Weniger mention that, where the Pac-Man can come eat away, nip away at your DNA, shorten the telomeres, and so on and so forth. But now that with that, just that one of the 3 peptides, now that we are putting that force field, that barrier, that wall around your DNA, you've helped stop the aging process in your skin in its tracks, creating that safety barrier. And again, I keep on mentioning these different attributes. We could stop right there. That would be awesome in and of itself, that we're stopping the aging process right there. But we have a second peptide to talk about. Peptide number 2 penetrates down to the already damaged area inside the DNA and starts the repair process of the damaged cells. Healing is now able to occur where it couldn't before because of that repetitive onslaught of those Pac-Men, the progerin and oxidative stress. Progerin's attack on your DNA has now been halted with peptide number 1, and now peptide number 2 is able to start the repair process. Now, peptide number 3 is I want to say it's my favorite, but all three are my favorite because they're all so awesome. I can tell, you probably can tell I'm pretty psyched about this. Every 27 days, I alluded to this earlier, your skin is replacing itself. Your old skin sloughs off, it sheds off, and it's replaced with new skin. It kind of sounds gross, but if you've got a home-based business like most of the people on this webinar, hopefully you're at the point, or soon will be at the point, that you can afford somebody to clean your house, vacuum your floor all the time from all that dead skin cells that's sloughing off. Well, this process of sloughing off skin every 27 days is occurring because of something called the mother cells. Mother cells are also responsible for the renewal and repair work in all the parts of your body, but apropos to this conversation, including your skin. They accomplish this by creating daughter cells. Mother cells create daughter cells. Now, the key difference between the mother cells and the daughter cells is the mother cells is obviously a parent cell that is subject to cell division to produce new cells, while the daughter cell is a new cell formed from the result of that cell division. And you don't need to worry about the skin that's sloughing off, right? But what you do want is for the new skin that's it's replacing to be healthier and, more importantly, more youthful in appearance than that old dead skin that's falling off of you. So the third peptide, here we get to the nitty-gritty of the third peptide, literally gets into the mother cells. It retrains or re-educates the mother cells to create healthier skin like it did when you were younger, versus replicating old and damaged skin cells. This particular mimetic, remember mimicking peptide, mimetic peptide, is designed from plants to be bioidentical to or mimic the exact peptides the body produced when it was younger. Now, when I think about this, I'm going to date myself. It reminds me of one of my favorite movies from the 90s. Did you see that movie, Multiplicity? It was starring Michael Keaton. And I really love that movie. It's funny. I like Michael Keaton. But in that movie, basically, he was a very busy contractor in the construction world. And he was so busy, so successful that he couldn't get to all of his jobs, couldn't get to all of his bids, couldn't get to all the inspectors that were looking at the jobs, let alone because of that, he couldn't fix the repairs at his own house and couldn't offer his wife quality time. So he discovers a scientist who, again, this is a 1990s film, so kind of work with me, humor me. He figured out how he can clone Michael Keaton, hence the name Multiplicity. And he clones Michael Keaton, and then privately, Michael Keaton is sending the clone to do all the construction work, while Michael Keaton is secretly fixing up his house at home, enjoying life, and of course, paying better attention to his wife. Well, the movie gets pretty crazy and funny. And again, if you haven't seen it, put it on your list if you want a funny movie. When the clone makes a clone of himself, and then that second clone makes a clone of himself. So there's literally 4 Michael Keatons going on, the original and then the 3 clones. But what the movie tried to explain is when a clone made a clone of the clone and so on and so forth, it was like making a Xerox copy of a Xerox copy of a Xerox. I'm dating myself again, right? The copies are never as sharp as the original. So when they finally got to the 4th clone, there was definitely some issues there, and that's where the comedy ensues. So when I think of that third peptide being able to re-educate the mother cells, instead of your mother cells producing older and continued damaged skin, and as Claire shared, skin with a scar on it, now people are reporting, they're showing pre and post pictures and videos of their scars finally starting to decrease, and these fine lines and wrinkles that they've had for years go away. I did one of these webinars on Tuesday, and there was a beautiful young gal who didn't have a wrinkle on her face. I think she was in her 20s, and her video testimonial is for the past decade, she had dark circles around her eyes. And, she was really kind of sad about that, being a young gal. They're gone. They're gone. She's been taking this product for like a month and they are gone. Her eyes look beautiful. She wasn't wearing makeup on the on the webinar either. So her eyes look clear, no black spots at all. So we talked about these three biomimetic, bioidentical peptides, but it's the combination of all three of these peptides which are creating all of these great results you're seeing in your own skin. True protection of the DNA, penetration of the DNA to fix the damaged cells, and then re-education of the mother cells. Nobody has that at all. Remember, Oxy 28 is hours and hours alone. Now, if this wasn't good enough, all these three biomimetic peptides in our Z3 products, we've added an additional ingredient. We've added red algae, I touched on it earlier, which contains the strongest antioxidant known to humankind, astaxanthin. Astaxanthin is a red pigment that belongs to a group of ingredients which occur in nature called carotenoids. A few years ago, again, I'm going to date myself, about 2 decades ago, I worked with a company and we had a device that was based on Nobel Prize physics where we were literally testing the carotenoid levels of the human body. And what we found is that if your carotenoid levels are high, you're going to be healthier. And this research was so big, even the Huntsman Cancer Institute was using this research, and they were seeing people with low carotenoid levels were more prone to cancer. So astaxanthin, to break it all down, is an antioxidant, as I said, but it protects your cells from oxidative damage. It improves the function of the immune system, and people use astaxanthin for many reasons. They use it for Alzheimer's disease, athletic performance, aging skin, muscle soreness from exercise. I mean, you can do the research on the internet and see what astaxanthin does. But again, it's in all three of these products. And once you apply it and it's assimilated into the skin in like 26 seconds or less, it has been shown, astaxanthin, to be, get this, 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C. We've all heard of vitamin C, right? This is 6,000 times more powerful. It's 1,000 times more powerful than vitamin E. We all know that vitamin E is amazing for your skin and your health. This is 1,000 times more powerful. It's 800 times more powerful than CoQ10, 1,800 times more effective than nitric oxide, and stronger, 1,800 times stronger than the antioxidant lycopene. It's 3,100 times more effective than natto. Natto is a Japanese dish that's been served for centuries that the Japanese people use to slow down the aging process. And this astaxanthin is 3,100 times more effective than natto. And by the way, you can get astaxanthin from seaweed and kelp and things that the Japanese use as well. Astaxanthin is 700 times more powerful than OPCs, which are a powerful antioxidant, which have been proven to improve blood flow, reduce symptoms of diabetes, ease swelling of the joints. OPCs have also been shown to improve vein function to ease swelling. And by the way, hint, hint, OPCs are in our super reds. So again, take this every day. Take our greens every day. By the way, those two products come in jars for daily use, but they also come in those boxes with sample packs that you can give out to your friends, or when you go out to dinner, you can take them to dinner, or I'm going to be traveling over the next 2-3 days. I'm going to have those in my travel pack for sure. Astaxanthin is 110 times stronger than beta carotene. I know you've heard that. And it's 320 times more effective than T polyphenols, which in Asia, they love those T polyphenols because they've got powerful anti-inflammatory and they protect against cancer. Astaxanthin is 320 times stronger than those. But we're talking about the skin, with obviously astaxanthin is going to help tremendously. Astaxanthin coincidentally has moisturizing properties. So if you want your skin to be smooth and have great moisture, that's why these products are doing so great. Not only because we have those three peptides, the Oxy 28 and all the other organic and toxic-free ingredients, but we have astaxanthin in there. I've gone on and on. I think you can see I'm pretty hyper and excited about this. But I do want to honor your time and prevent myself from being too verbose. I'm sure you can tell that I'm really excited about this trio, and most importantly, that it's our proprietary formulation. As I shared earlier, we're the only ones who's going to have this. We have it. It's clinically tested. We've got proven products, you know, these three with the Oxy 28. No one else is going to have it. It's ours alone. So remember, if you ever wanted to be at that right time at that right moment. This is it. Don't look back at this time that you saw this webinar or the videos that we've been putting out just this week. This thing launched. Don't look back at this a year from now and say, oh, I shoulda, I coulda, I woulda. This is my warning. This is my prescription to you right now. Don't wait. Get on this right now for your own youthful appearance, but also so you can help others. So get back with the person who invited you here if you're ready to take 10 years off the appearance of your face. This product, I promise you, is moving so quickly. And I have to talk to Mr. Weniger right when I get done with this. We've got to make more because we are going to run out. I can guarantee you that. And even if a few weeks to a month from now, we're out and you've got to wait a few weeks to get it, you're going to be bummed. So get it right now before that happens. Thanks for inviting me to this webinar. Claire, I'm going to turn the microphone back to you.
Well, thanks, JJ. Oh, Dr. JJ is amazing. I bet you everybody has taken so many notes, and thank you so much for explaining it the way you do. And me
You're welcome.
being, me being in this field, I love when I get the scientific stuff behind it. So that's great. Thank you so much. I am going to stop the recording now because we do have some questions. So let me just